If I receive the NHR, I have to use it for 10 years. No, you don't have to use it. You can see the NHR as an insurance. Welcome to Crypto Insights, where we teach you about crypto. In this video, I'll discuss the most common misconceptions I receive as a crypto and tax consultant about the NHR status. The NHR status stands for Non-Habitual Resident, and this is a fiscal status that you can obtain once you move to Portugal. The only reason you could apply for it is that you couldn't have lived in Portugal for the last 5 years. The benefits of this status are that incomes from abroad are tax-free in Portugal, or when you live in Portugal and receive a salary, you can get a 20% flat rate on a highly added value job. The highly added value job is decided by the Portuguese government, and in a link below this video, you can find all the jobs that are applicable. So the first misconception is, if I receive a salary from abroad, is it tax-free in Portugal? Unfortunately, this is not true. It's not possible to get a tax-free salary in Portugal. The reason why is that in order to get this salary in Portugal, you either have to set up a freelance activity or you have to do your payroll administration. And although the company is paying you from abroad, you're receiving your taxes from your activity or your payroll administration in Portugal. So a salary is not considered income from abroad, even if an outside company is paying for it. The second misconception is, when the NHR is approved, I am guaranteed to get the 20% flat rate. This is not the case. So when the NHR is approved, what is instantly approved is that any incomes from abroad are tax-free in Portugal. With incomes from abroad, I mean dividends, interest, royalties, and capital gains. So for the 20% flat rate, you will have to wait until you do your IRS, your income declaration, which is only the year after. So when you move to Portugal this year and you consider yourself to have a highly added value job, you will only be able to get this confirmed by the tax declaration that you have to do in 2024, April, May, June. So only in June, you will finally know if your status is approved for the 20% flat rate. The third misconception is, if I receive the NHR, I have to use it for 10 years. No, you don't have to use it. You can see the NHR as an insurance because laws in the future might change. And if you can use the NHR in your benefits, you use it. If using the NHR is not in your benefits, you don't use it. 4, I can apply for the NHR anytime after my arrival. This is not true. There is a strict deadline, and after this deadline, you cannot really apply for it anymore. There is a way to do it retroactively, but you will have to need the right documents. If you need any help with that, you can contact me, and I'll do my best for you to get it, but it's a very hard process. So once you become a resident, let's say this year, January 2023, you will have until March 2024. If you become a resident in December this year, 2023, you will also have until March 2024. This means that you always have 3 months to apply for this special status once you move to Portugal. But it's really important to be well informed about this, because if you miss the deadline, it's nearly impossible to get this status. Number 5, having the NHR means I don't pay any taxes. This is also not true. So the tax-free status is tax-free in Portugal. This doesn't mean that the country of the origin of the incomes can't tax you, and therefore they have tax treaties. Every country nearly has a tax treaty. If your country doesn't have a tax treaty, then Portugal is indeed tax-free, and the country of origin can't tax it. You also have to check if the country is blacklisted for NHR, because actually NHR also has a list of blacklisted countries. In order to understand the tax treaties, you might need a consultant like me. So feel free to reach out to me to understand what is your situation. Then number 6, NHR stands for Non-Habitual Resident. So I am not a resident in Portugal. The name might be a little bit confusing, but Non-Habitual Resident is a tax status for people that are resident in Portugal. So you can only use and apply for the status once you're a resident in Portugal. If you decide to move out within the 10 years of being in Portugal, then you will lose this tax-free status, and you can only obtain it once you move back 5 years after you left. So last but not least, I want to have the NHR guaranteed before I come to Portugal. This is not possible, not for the NHR status from income from abroad, and also not for the 20% flat rate. You can only apply for this NHR status once you're officially in Portugal and when you're a resident. So only then you can get a guarantee on whether you can get the special status. Then the special status on your incomes from abroad, you should get approved within 3 days, but your special status on the 20% flat rate, you can only obtain at the next year's IRS declaration. So those are all the misconceptions. If you want to know more about the Portuguese regulation, please follow me on Twitter, which is Texas_crypto. I also provide content on LinkedIn, Crypto Texas Portugal. And else I see you next week. Bye.